Good morning, East York. It is 12 o'clock, and this is Observer Radio News. I'm Reinisa Macleod, and outside it's currently 16 degrees and partly cloudy. In the news today, a 79-year-old man was robbed and beaten while on the subway Friday night. The incident took place on the train between Chester and Pape subway stations. The man was grabbed by two younger men and sustained minor injuries after fighting back. The suspects took his wallet and then fled the scene. In the GTA, a 3-year spat between two neighbors in Pickering has led to a police investigation, a restraining order, and 8 fallen trees. Helen Gardner is one of the neighbors. She says she was planting various spruce trees for privacy. Gardner says barely 5 minutes had passed after the landscaper left when she heard chainsaws and saw that some of her trees had been cut down. When she went outside to call 911, she discovered her phone line was cut. Durham Regional Police are currently investigating the incident, and Gardner says she hopes to file a restraining order today. In international news, security has been tightened around the British and U.S. embassies after a British ambassador narrowly escaped what appears to have been a suicide attack on his armored car in Yemen. Chantal Mortimer is the spokeswoman of the British embassy and says that, though the ambassador escaped without injury, the incident highlights Yemen's precarious security. Nobody has yet claimed responsibility for the attack. Finally, cleanup after an oil spill off the coast of Louisiana continues to be delayed by choppy seas. Coast Guard Petty Officer Eric Swanson says that 7-foot-high swells continue to make the cleanup impossible. A new leak was discovered on Saturday, and officials say that it is dumping up to 150,000 liters of oil into the sea daily. Crews remain on standby to resume cleanup as soon as possible. Now to sports. In baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays beat out the Blue Jays 6-0 on Sunday, making it the first shutout ever for Rays rookie David Price. Not only was it Price's first shutout, but his first full game as well. And not even the Jays had anything bad to say. Jays manager Cito Gaston gave props, saying, quote, "He probably pitched the best against us this season. He threw strikes, he kept the guys off balance, he just had good stuff," end quote. The Jays will be hosting the Boston Red Sox tonight, the first of 3-game series, with former Jay Marco Scutaro taking on his old team for the first time. On the soccer field, the Toronto FC beat the Seattle Sounders 2-0 on a drizzly Sunday afternoon with 2 second-half goals. Not only is this Toronto's first time beating the Sounders after 3 tries last season, but also Toronto's first goals scored against the bright green team. Credit goes to goalkeeper Stefan Fry for making 3 key saves against the Seattle in the second half. The win has brought Toronto FC's record up to 2-3. And now for this week's concert listings. Corinne Bailey Rae will be performing at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre tonight, Kate Nash at the MOD Club. Tomorrow, Yove will be playing at Revival on College Street. The week rounds off with Angels and Airwaves rocking the Sound Academy on Wednesday, with Band of Skulls at the Mod Club, and pop alt rockers MGMT at the Mod Club on Thursday. Thursday will also see Mark Knopfler at Massey Hall and Danny Boy at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. The weekends with Little Boots at the Phoenix on Friday. Now, let's take it to the stage. Dare to Dream, that's the motto at Toronto's Famous People Players, a production company that hires the developmentally challenged to work on stage and behind the scenes. They use blacklight, bright color, and life-size puppets to tell stories of inspiration. In this company, the players are given the chance to overcome their limitations. Thanks to the founder Diane Dupuis, who struggled with her own adversity as a child, but pulled through by never giving up on her dreams. Now, until the end of April, you can see her and her story of inspiration on stage in a Famous People Players production called Hi-Ho Silver. Dupuis says she encourages her players to look beyond their limitations, just like she did. Dupuis says that players join the company unable to spell their name, tie their shoes, or speak in public, but they learn to overcome these obstacles by never giving up on themselves. And that's her dream come true. That's all for our show today. You can find more online at torontoobserver.ca. We'll have more news coming up shortly, but until then, I'm Reinisa Macleod. On behalf of all of us here at Observer Radio News, thanks for listening and have a great day.